Alrighty. We're back. It's Sunday evening. It is time for episode 57 of Paper and Plastic. As you saw, we've got a nice little new intro there just for the occasion because yeah, we'll be diving right into some Star Wars talk here. But of course, I am the scoundrel Pop and Sloth, and with me is the Sith Lord, Dr. Plagueis. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good, especially after that intro. That was so sick, dude.
Like I said, I've been having a lot of downtime at work these days, so
Yeah,
I just had to do that. But yeah, we'll be
that's great.
talking.
I'm all for that. I want more of that for you.
Yeah, I was really proud of myself for that one. No templates, all from uh, all from just doing it by hand. But yeah, well, we're gonna be talking some Star Wars today. Uh, do you want to do you have any hauls or anything you want to show off just to
Yeah, I
get the
got a
ball
little bit of
rolling?
haulage.
Yeah, okay.
Nothing super spectacular, but just some fun pickups and yeah, just a few things I wanted to show off. I just wanted to to say what's up to Sam and Jim and Eric. I
Yeah,
see it, Doc. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I guess first things first, I picked up this really great print from our buddy Dave, who this was an exclusive print to Tokyo Comic Con last year, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a Peach Momoko and Jim Lee collaboration. And this copy is autographed by Peach. Um,
You son of a gun.
so yeah, I mean, I really loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw it was not getting claimed on Dave's page, and I was so offended by it that I picked it up. I really thought this would sell quickly, and I didn't I didn't feel like the extreme need to have it, but um, you know, yeah,
I mean, I do, but I
yeah.
know it would have cost double for me, depending on the
Oh
U.S.
gosh,
prices and shipping and everything. But
yeah. We
I
can be
do,
co-owners.
yeah. I'll start slowly investing in it. But I do want to just real quickly, just because I'm known as maybe known as the peach guy on this channel.
Sure.
I just want to remind folks I do have this beautiful print
Oh
from
yeah.
her that is also signed there. And I think this was one I picked up, I don't know, about a year ago or so.
Oh.
And it's just absolutely gorgeous. And this was for a comic book that I'm not sure ever got made called The Winter Man, which I think was like a Kickstarter or something.
Mm.
Um, and then the other one I have is this really cute X-Men one there,
Oh yeah.
which is a graded book, which is also signed by her. So I just wanted to feel included in our conversations about how there you have a signed, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous Peach Momoko print there, and we just love Peach on this show.
We
So yeah,
do. Yeah, she's great. Um, and then with that print, Dave sent me another one, which was totally unexpected. So I'll try to get that in there. So this is
shoot,
a print of the late great Ed Piskor's Switchblade Shorties.
so dope.
Um, came exclusively to Dave from his sisters.
Wow.
I got a copy of the Switchblade Shorties book. I'm sure when I got it, I showed it off on the channel.
Mm.
So really cool to have that. That was kind of like his. I think he did like a daily strip of the
Mm.
Switchblade Shorties. If not daily, it was weekly. I can't recall, but it was like a little comic
Mhm.
strip that he did, and then they kind of culminated it into a big book that is semi unfinished. of
Right.
course, because we lost him. But still, really cool that they kind of saw the project through for him,
Mm.
and we were able to get that. But yeah,
Oh,
really
nice.
awesome print, and huge thank you to Dave. Like he knows me, he
Mm.
knows what I love, and so super grateful for him putting that in there. Um,
And I do need to I should actually do a quick fact check from last week 'cause, Dave commented on our last YouTube video,
ah,
uh, where I had mistakenly, inferred that he had a original piece of art from Resurrection Man. He does not. I don't know how I got that information or where or why I thought that, but, yeah, that was my bad, so just doing a little fact correction there on on our behalf.
I saw some Resurrection Man from DC in the dollar bins this weekend, and I was
Mm.
kind of the one you were referring to was an indie book, right?
No, it was DC Black Label,
Oh, okay.
Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma by Ram V.
I
Yeah.
should have picked up some of that.
Yeah, it's good
Um,
stuff, good stuff.
yeah, and then I just got a few cool pickups. Oh, actually, I got one more thing from Dave. So I mean, other than the fact that the artwork is incredible, I don't read Japanese, so I can't read this. But this is
Oh,
Hip Hop Family Tree Omnibus Japanese edition,
huh,
which has that awesome Japanese trade dress. And what's really cool about this is the paper it's printed on. It's printed on colored paper.
nice,
So just really cool.
nice.
Um, yeah, I just yeah, I picked it up just because it's a cool shelf piece. I have the American Omnibus, so I can use that for reference.
There you go, right on. 9-panel grid was also just, acknowledging that Resurrection Man was mind-blowing stuff. Yeah, good
Oh
really good
yeah,
read. Yeah,
gosh, I should
highly
have picked that up.
yeah. It's
And
no
then
trouble
yeah,
process.
so now I got another thing from Dave. I got this great book, this great cover.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's really cool about it is I got this from Dave, and he got it signed by Eric Canetti, the artist, who
Nice.
is a member of Ink Pulp. And then
Oh.
one of the spreads in here, the full reveal of Poison Ivy,
Mhm.
he actually drew that too.
Oh, I didn't.
So he was a guest artist on this book. So let me just find that real quick
Oh,
because
okay.
it's pretty great. I saw he sold the original art for it, and I'm truly jealous of whoever got that. But yeah,
Yeah.
so he illustrated that page there, which is I love this version of I love the absolute version of Poison Ivy. She is just super awesome.
And I think I remember I think we were on the show. I can't remember if we were on the show or if it was just in our group chat we were talking about. We were speculating of what this version of Poison Ivy was going to be like, and I
Yeah.
called it that she was a blend of the different red, green, and black aspects or whatever.
Yeah. And I
Such a
think
cool.
we were looking at the covers
Hmm.
for that on the show, and I had said I wanted that one, and I wasn't able to secure it. So when I saw it pop up in Dave's claim sale, I jumped right on it.
Hell yeah.
Um, and then yeah, lastly, just a few random cool pickups I got at Yeah Comics this week. One of them is
Little guy, he's having a nap.
yeah,
Uh, he's not gonna
this
let me sleep though.
Plastron Cafe,
Oh,
which when I first saw it, I was kind of curious what it was because I saw it was Mirage Publishing. Um, but yeah, it's just totally a Ninja Turtles anthology. And what's really cool is the first story of it is by Rick Veitch and Kevin Eastman,
hmm.
and it's kind of a like it's got Casey Jones in it, and
Oh,
just
nice.
there's a really cool spread in here of April just unloading on some police officers.
Oh, sweet.
And then they put an editorial disclaimer: cops received only minor flesh wounds. I thought that was kind of funny.
They're covering their bases on that one.
Yeah, totally. Signed by Kevin. This was a cool one. I'd never seen this before.
Mm.
I think this is the second volume of Justice League Dark,
Hmm.
issue 21, which is
Nice.
a Clayton Crane cover, which I really liked, and
Hmm.
he's of course the hometown hero, so I had to grab that.
Mm.
Um,
Nice.
Pretty cool, great artist. And then lastly, this was another one I really wanted and was never able to get my hands on, but that was the
Hmm.
Daniel Warren Johnson Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles blind bag variant or whatever. So he had one of these come in, and so I
I,
was happy to finally pick that up.
I still can't believe I pulled the Virgin on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
yeah, he had both versions,
Hmm.
the Virgin and the Trade. Um, and I don't know why I picked the Trade.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah,
Looks great.
definitely. So
That's
yeah,
just
I think that was it. No
nice.
no major pickups, but some cool stuff this week.
I do want to just show off. I did finish one of my Gundams there. The
Ooh
Gundam
yeah.
Vidar. Uh, Let's see if I get a
Oh
good
man.
shot of him there. But
Oh, that's
uh,
great. That pose is great.
dude, so the idea of like this giant mech wielding two dual pistols is like the coolest thing to me.
Yeah.
It seems so unnecessary. Like you can have these giant laser swords or giant laser rifles, but it's like, nah, two pistols, please and
Yeah.
thank you. Like that's gangster.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's one of my. I've been really stoked on that guy, and I gotta get some pictures of him put out here pretty soon. But yeah, Sequential Treasures was asking if you're getting excited for the Geek Swap coming
It's
this Saturday.
Yeah, so we have our next comic book swap coming up this coming Saturday. So we'll see what comes of that. I'll be
Mm,
there for sure. I don't know in what capacity, seller, buyer,
mm.
just hanging out, whatever it is, I'll be there for sure. May
No
yeah.
major pickups.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about that when I said that. That's actually some pretty great stuff. Yeah, the peach wasn't cheap. But also seemingly very affordable as well,
Mm.
considering it's was exclusive to another country. Um,
Yeah. Well, and it broke my heart a little bit to see you have that, but it also warmed my heart knowing that it went to you. So
I
that's
felt like that was part of it too. Like it hadn't been claimed right
mm,
away. So what fake peach collector's gonna eventually claim that?
yeah.
I need to save this for my boy Sloth so we can show it off on our show and it doesn't end up in some schmuck's collection.
And in fairness, I did comment on that post with a little gift saying it was absolutely beautiful,
Yeah,
and that I wish I could, but yeah,
yeah,
Canadian dollar ain't looking too hot these days. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I will be buying, especially if you bring more of that good indie stuff, Jim. Critters, maybe an Albedo 2 that I can afford. Um,
Yeah,
and what's
there
up
you
to
go.
Derek
Yeah,
and the cat?
Derek's
So
joined up. Like to see that.
yes,
All right. Do you want to dive into the meats and potatoes of today's episode then?
yeah,
Do you want
definitely.
to? So the Canadian dollar is worth than Monopoly. Hey, come on now, come on. That's only relatively true, depending. Yeah, no, it's true. Uh, oh no. Yes, we're going to be talking a little bit of Star Wars here. I think we should start with the elephant in the room, which is there has been a new Star Wars movie, uh, and I believe you've seen it. I've seen it. Did you catch it?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
and uh, w- well, I guess it only came out 2 days ago,
Yes.
but the day it came out, I hadn't even realized that it was like the day it was coming out. I don't even think I'd really thought much about it. And
No.
then me and Dave were having a chat,
Mm,
and he had mentioned something about Mando,
yeah.
and Even when he said it, it hadn't dawned on me like, oh, he's seen the movie.
Mm.
And so I was like, "Oh, you saw it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I just got out of it." And I was like, I didn't even know it was out." Um,
Well, I was kind of in the same boat. I was sitting there on Friday and I was thinking, oh, what do I want to do this weekend? And then I was like, oh, I kind of want to go see a movie because I had just saw a movie last week and I really enjoyed seeing movies again. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, you know what? Let's uh let's see what's out there. And then I was like, oh, Star Wars.
yeah,
I gotta go check it out. And I did. I checked it out opening day on Friday there. So I'm curious to. Do you wanna give your thoughts about it, or you want to do a little?
yeah. I don't want to. I mean, I want to make sure that
Well, I don't think we'll
nobody
spoil.
in here. Yeah.
Let's not. Let's try not to spoil anything.
Okay.
Do
I
Do you
don't
want
know
me?
how I'm gonna do that.
Well, do you want me to give my thoughts first, maybe? Because I can give some spoiler free thoughts, and then
Sure.
maybe it gives people an opportunity to, if they wanted to get it, if you want to get a little spoiler, maybe you can, giving people just a little bit of heads up, a little bit of leeway here. But
Yeah.
maybe I'll go first. I'll start by saying my expectations were non-existent. I had enjoyed the Mandalorian TV show. I felt like going into this one, I was like, this is just going to be them trying to sell toys. They just want to, push some more Baby Yoda, Grogu crap for the next 7, 8 months, for a year or whatever. And I will say I was pleasantly pleased with the movie. I again expectations very low, but the pacing of it was fantastic. At no point was I ever sitting there bored. Uh, the cinematography was great. The practical effects and just the visual effects I thought were pretty on par. Story wise, it's exactly what I expected it to be. It kind of felt like 2 hours of Mandalorian episode, like two separate episodes kind of mushed together. Like you can clearly see the end of Act One, the beginning of Act Two, and then kind of like the finale of it. Um, and it flowed really well. I never felt lost in it. I think my biggest gripe with anything Star Wars is the whole lore aspect of it. Like you always want a little bit more information about the world, more information about the things that are going on. But otherwise, the action was so good. Like I really enjoyed the action behind it all, and there was lots of, again, great cinematography. There was like a good solid oneer where it was an unbroken shot of like action happening. I did think I was going to be annoyed by Baby Yoda or Grogu throughout the movie. No, I think they did the character just well enough that you can be like, okay, it's a cute little thing, but also like it has some sense of urgency and it's not just a useless cute little thing. So again, I enjoyed it. Expectations were low going into it, and I thought it could have been a lot worse. And I again, I think my other main takeaway was, you know, I get that this movie was to be its thing. I understand what it was trying to do. It accomplished exactly what it was trying to do. But there's just so much more Star Wars out there that it just didn't touch on. It didn't explore. I think people really wanted maybe a little bit more of a follow up to the Ahsoka stuff, which is where I was hoping we would kind of get a little bit into. But
Yeah.
again, I enjoyed it. So yeah, that was kind of my little thoughts on it. My long-winded ramble because I'm out of breath from talking now. Uh,
Yeah.
but I'm curious to know what you think, and I think we'll just let people know that we might get a little spoilery here. So
Maybe. Yeah.
if you
I
want,
think I can. I think I can. Yeah. I mean, this might come as a surprise because of my negative feelings towards a lot of uh Star Wars movies and shows. Yeah, I definitely went in with very low expectations. I think the expectation I did have was that it was going to kind of push forward some of these other branch
Mhm,
offs from the show, like you said, Ahsoka.
mhm,
Um, I don't know why I had the expectation, but I did. And I was almost relieved in a sense once it was all said and done that they
mhm,
didn't.
Yeah.
Um, I think Mando is a great character,
Mhm.
but in the scope of what they're doing, I don't know that he's. I mean, they've obviously made him something big, but I don't feel like he is like a main character.
Mm,
Maybe for just his show,
mm,
but like in the grand scheme of things, I don't feel like he is. And
mm,
so to me, when when it was over, I it kind of felt like a great ending to that story. And
yeah,
now maybe we could proceed with this other stuff and get to an ending with that stuff as well. Because I'm ready for all of that to wrap that up and let's move on to some
mm,
totally new stuff.
mm,
Um, and so I guess I have a sense of relief that this movie was
mm,
just what it was. Um, I agree with everything you said. The action was fun. So I took my 14-year-old daughter with me.
mhm,
And she hasn't followed it too much, but
mm.
she's seen maybe a couple of the seasons. And she had a really good time. I feel like, she didn't have to have kept up with the seasons to really, you know,
Appreciate it.
enjoy
Yeah.
this movie and
Yeah.
know where it was going. Um, it felt like kind of like a one shot comic, and it
Mm,
felt like a really good one.
yeah.
Um, One that I think on a day when I'm bored in the future, I would definitely throw that on over some of the other stuff. Everything was just really good
Yeah.
and minimal, like, well, not even minimal, but like zero impact moving forward. Like
Yeah.
this is kind of just an ending to it, and
Yeah.
that feels relieving, and I
Mm,
I enjoyed it. um you
yeah.
know Obviously they tease his death a few times, and it's
Mhm.
like it yeah, it's not
Yeah.
happening here.
Mm,
Like, this is not happening.
mm.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see moving forward if they bring them into any of the other stuff, or if they can just kind of like put that to rest.
I do wanna address, Sequential's couple comments here on the word that's being described that film is underwhelming. Again, I don't think that's necessarily a fair comment. I think there's a lot of people out there who, if you're reading just articles online and they say it's underwhelming, it's just clickbaity, it's just,
Yeah.
it's just people just wanting to capitalize on the Star Wars hate. Uh, Star Wars franchise were meant to be epic in scope. That film was not by any stretch of the imagination. Again, if you maybe go, if you haven't seen it, maybe go see it, and maybe you might think a little bit different wise, because I do find the word epic can be in itself have a wide scope, and I do find there's a lot of moments in it that felt epic.
Yeah.
Uh, that I was sitting there in the theater and completely immersed in what was going on and having fun with it, and
Part of
again,
why I liked it was there were moments that really didn't feel like Star Wars at all.
yeah,
And I was like, they were using like music that they've never used before
oh,
and
the music,
sceneries that they've never used before.
yeah.
We saw kind of like character types that we hadn't seen before, and
Mhm.
that felt really good. And then there were moments that felt very, very much like classic Star Wars.
Yeah.
I won't say what, but there were a few moments where I was like, "Oh, this feels good. This feels like,"
Mhm.
and it was very subtle too. It wasn't like they really went overboard and threw this in to like try to make you feel like this is Star Wars. It was just a little subtle,
Mhm.
you know, 5 minute spread that just felt like kind of the cherry on top of the film for me. It I will say it was very, very refreshing. It
Mm.
also had a little bit of like suspense horror to elements
Mhm.
to it, which I really liked. Like, there were definitely a few moments where I like had to brace for like the scare,
Mm.
and then they got me. And I saw them get my daughter as well, so I
Yeah.
really liked that. Um, yeah, I I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling too.
Mhm.
Because I was really, I mean, you even said let's go easy on the negativity.
Yeah.
Um and because I think we both expected me to just really tear this apart, but no, I'm really happy with it. I
And I
am.
think part of it too, we gotta give credit to Dave Filoni, man. Like the guy, like he's a saving grace for Star Wars a little bit.
Yeah.
You might not like everything he does, every episode of any animated show or whatever, but him
One
and
thing
Joss,
I don't like is
sure,
like he had to put himself in there. Come on, man. Like
dude.
I don't know, for me it's like I know who you are.
Yeah,
Like I don't need to see you in this.
uh,
You greedy
yeah,
son of a,
yeah.
yeah. And just
But
like those couple of cameos
yeah,
to me just felt so out of place. Like
yeah,
what are you doing, man? Like I almost expect him to like break the fourth wall and start talking to us. You know what I mean? Like
dude. So in the theater Friday night, pretty packed. That he makes his cameo, and I literally audibly went, "Ha!" Like, and no one else made a sound, but I like obviously no one else in the theater knew who he was, but I knew he was, and I just thought it was hilarious that he was in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Um, Nine Panel Grid also saying Mando worked for me. I wish the story had more influence by Western and samurai flicks. Uh, yeah, exactly. I say that's probably one of the fair criticisms of it. It could have had that little bit more, yeah, kind of western, almost cowboy, gunslinger kind of vibe that he's had in his TV show a little bit more. I think that would have definitely wouldn't have hurt. If you played the Star Wars
Yeah.
of, yeah, I've played those. I definitely saw the inspiration for that.
Yep.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of some of the very refreshing stuff cuz listen, like the games, the books, the
Hmm.
comics, that's really where the good Star Wars stuff is. And to me, and even the animated series as well, like
Hmm.
that's where all the good stuff is, where we get expansions of these characters that we don't get much of, and we're not so focused on,
Lightsabers.
well, just, yeah, and the characters that have just been shoved down our throat so much.
Hmm. Yeah.
Grogu
Uh,
being one of them, and
mm.
um, it's probably my least favorite thing of the movie, but they made it work for sure.
I do love his little waddle that he would do. Like,
Yeah,
loved it.
yeah,
But again, and I think that's the thing with Star Wars. If we have seen a lot of Star Wars in the past 10, 15 years that is not as immersive.
yeah,
It doesn't feel tangible. It feels messy. It feels a little all over the place at times. But
yeah,
this just felt like it knew exactly what it was trying to be, and it achieved exactly that. And then
yeah.
that's give it, live with it or don't live with it. Put your money where your mouth is. If you like Star Wars, go ahead and give it a shot. If you're over it, then you don't have to go watch it. And
Yeah.
you don't it's you know whatever, right?
Now,
Uh,
what'll be really disappointing for me is if that's not the end of that, you know,
mm,
uh, because that's what they're so good at. They're so good at
yeah,
just dragging stuff out unnecessarily. This is a great ending.
yeah,
Let's,
yeah,
we can
yeah,
revisit that if we really, really have to revisit that. Let's do it in
mhm,
like, you know, 10 year. If you just need a cash grab, we'll go back to it. But
yeah,
right now, great place to end it. And I love Eric's comment. If he is involved, I mean, that's exactly what his cameos feel like. It's
yeah.
just like he's such a fan, he's got to put himself in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't blame him.
I think if we were to see Mando and Grogu again, I would want it to be in a more like not necessarily cameo, but not definitely not a main character thing, unless we're actually getting really deep into like lower stuff with
Yeah.
Yoda and Grogu and explanations for all
Yeah,
of
I mean a
that. Then
cameo in 5, 10 years,
yeah,
the dangerous situation, need backup, and boom, these guys pop up. The whole audience goes crazy.
yeah,
Perfect.
yeah,
But
yeah,
that's what it needs to be if
yeah,
it's going to be anything.
yeah. No more,
And
no more Mando series.
I don't have a lot of faith in them.
Yeah.
I'm still keeping that
Mm.
low expectations, but
I
Yeah,
think
I really enjoyed it. I really it was nice to not walk out of a Star Wars movie feeling disappointed.
mm. And I will say, if anyone is going to go catch it, no post credit scene. Don't wait.
Yeah.
There's no post credit, so
Yep.
just bloop, walk on out like you're Baby Yoda. Uh, and I loved the opening credits with the actual like names and everything actually popping up. And again, the cinematography is, as
Yeah.
a bit of a nerd for that kind of for a good shot, a lot of good shots. Again, and the action. I just couldn't get over the action. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, it really was.
Samrock, I'm going to see it on Tuesday. Hopefully, we didn't spoil it, or if you did, if we, I don't think we really got too spoiled. We didn't talk about the plot too much, but yeah, there's some
And
good stuff.
I mean, I do have a little bit of gripes with it, but it would be spoilers to say what they are, and I can pick apart anything. So,
Yeah,
I ultimately really enjoyed it. Highly recommend.
they 9 panel. They should jump past the sequel trilogy and let's see Teenage Google enlisting the help of New Jedi Order. Yeah, like, and I think again we can circle back to this idea of there's so many Jedi that still exist at this point in the franchise. From Ahsoka to Kestis from the Jedi Fallen Order stuff. And I'm sure there's 100 more Jedi that are technically still alive at that point that I
Yeah,
think could all definitely uh we can have like an Avengers kind of thing eventually, but I don't
yeah,
know if that's the direction they're going, but they can do whatever they want, and I'm sure it will still sell thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Why am I kidding myself? It's billions of dollars probably at this point.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but the other kind of thing we wanted to talk about, unless you want us to talk any more about the movie here, but I was going to segue into our next kind of little topic
No,
here.
no, I
Uh,
think I said enough. Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, again, enjoyed the movie. Um, I think we want to talk about some of our favorite kind of Star Wars stories from over the years. Some older, some newer, a little bit of everything in between. But I don't think we're touching on any movies, though, right? Like, are you touching on any movie stuff?
Um, no, I don't think so.
Because I think obviously the first three movies, New Hope, Empire, and uh, Return of the Jedi, are all beloved. I think we can all say those are awesome. Even the sequel movies, I enjoyed them. I grew up with them. We definitely don't need to talk about any other things other than maybe Andor. Andor, a few people like it. But I think we want to talk about some of the different stuff from the Star Wars franchise. Do you want to kind of share one of your favorite stories here first?
Yeah, and I kind of tried to keep these um like not too niche. I can always do that as
Yeah.
well. But I want to kind of keep it with what people are familiar with because I think
Hmm.
my goal would be to like put people on to, if
Yeah.
you like Star Wars, here's some more stuff and of some characters that you would be familiar with.
Hmm.
Um, and then, we can expand upon that further because the Dark Horse stuff just goes,
Oh, we
you
know you
know,
love your Dark Horse.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I actually have some Marvel Star Wars in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, my first recommendation, and I just have the trades of this,
Hmm.
but I think this is Charles Soule's. Um,
Oh.
so this would be. Did I cut out?
No, no, I
Oh,
was anticipating what you're gonna say.
I think this is volume 2.
Hmm.
Did I grab the right one? Hold on. Let me just flip through this. Oh yes. Okay. So
Okay.
this is kind of like. So
Ah.
this is Darth Vader. I think
Hmm.
technically would be considered volume 2, Charles Soule's run.
Yep.
Um, and this is kind of like immediately after Revenge of the Sith. And so this is like before he has his red saber, and
Mm.
they're still hunting down the Jedi survivors. And I just feel like this is like, you know, if you didn't have like that. This is like what you want from Vader, that you don't necessarily get that like crazy
Mm,
deranged murderer. You know, you don't get that in the original
yeah.
trilogy. Obviously he's very powerful,
Mhm,
but like what we saw at the end of Rogue One, where he just goes through all those
mm,
guys, like that's what this is.
mhm,
And you know, it just touches. He's still like kind of not fully. He's
mm,
still like converting to the dark
yeah,
side, so he's still having these battles in his head, you
mm,
know, and these memories that are like making him very conflicted. And he even has like visions of him deciding to not cross over and go, and he goes and he kills Palpatine, and like
mm,
um you know, tries to reconcile with Obi-Wan. So I think would be Volume 2 Darth Vader. Really great run. We eventually get some stuff with the Inquisitors, which I really love those
mm,
characters.
mhm.
We meet some of the Jedi survivors that he unfortunately kills, uh, because they're cool characters. But yeah, just prime Darth Vader, in my opinion.
Samrock was
Uh,
asking, is this the comic where Vader goes around and tries to figure out what happened to Padme?
I believe that it would be Volume 1.
Mm,
So this is the 2017 run.
mhm,
I think that would be the 2015 run.
okay.
I'm not sure.
It's one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright,
I
fair
sh-
enough.
I should know because I just read through this, but I don't think. No, I
No.
don't think so.
No, fair enough. Is it right if I, shoot off my
Yes,
first one
yes.
here?
Your turn.
So I also picked a comic, written by Charles Soules, but
Ooh.
it's a different series here. This was the trilogy
Oh.
of War of the Bounty Hunters, Crimson Reign, and Hidden Empire. These were the first Star Wars comics I actually went and bought when they were coming out, and, like, the character of Kira from the Crimson Dawn, from the Han Solo movie, was so lackluster in the Han Solo movie, but in these series, she's badass, dude.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
she 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 goes toe to toe with Darth Vader in one of these issues.
Yep.
Um, and,
Yeah.
like, at no point I was just like, this character is awesome. I want more of this character. This character deserves a bloody movie. The Crimson Dawn are super awesome. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much lore with the bounty hunters and the different, kind of crime syndicates and everything. I'm like, I want more of this is that aspect of Star Wars that we just scratch the surface
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, in this, yeah, great pick.
Mm.
And this series gave me such anxiety, like at certain points when like Vader's tracking them down, and
Mhm.
they're like, you know, kind of, you know, she like stays fairly composed, but they're kind of like running for their lives, you know,
Yep.
obviously.
Mhm.
And you're just like, but by this point, you're really invested in this character, Kira.
Yep.
And so obviously, you know, like Vader's hot on the trail, and like, how does this end? You know,
Yep.
like, do they leave her off surviving, or like, does she have to die for this story to like fit in, you know, with who Vader is, and what, you know, what happens beyond it? And I won't spoil it because yeah, I think everybody should read this one too. Yeah, this
Uh,
is great.
and even the first, part of the trilogy, The War of the Bounty Hunters, you get some great Boba Fett moments. You get this lovely kind of way it ties in, the gap between, Empire Strikes Back and into Return of the Jedi, like with Han being in Carbonite, like how does he end up in Jabba's palace? Like we get a lot of that kind of foreshadowed or even explained out pretty outright in this
Yeah,
series. And and I feel like it just gives this character some justice. Again, really lackluster in the solo movie. Never really, like again, so it just same thing with Maul in that movie, right? Like we just wanted that all expanded with the Crimson Dawn, and
yeah.
this was a nice way
Well,
to.
and I haven't watched the Darth Maul series, but does she? Because I know that's all based around him creating that crime syndicate. Is she? pop into it at any point?
Samrock, let us know, buddy.
Yeah,
Because if she is, I will
I
go
need to
watch.
watch it,
I'll go
but
watch it tonight as well. That's one thing
yeah.
I haven't had a chance to binge just yet. But maybe
I
that's
feel like she didn't because I didn't hear anything about that, you
no.
know? Um,
I think she shows up in the Star Wars Outlaws video game. I
oh,
think I understand my if my understanding is correct, but I know that game didn't get a lot of praise, so I don't know. We'll see.
mm,
But yeah, this was like the first thing that came to my mind when we were talking about this idea because these comics again, first comics of Star Wars of the modern Star Wars I got into and absolutely loved. So that was an easy pick for me. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm curious to know what you got next though.
Yeah, so next is so this is an omnibus
Hmm.
of all of the Boba Fett
Mm,
Dark Horse stories. But there's one in here in particular that I really liked. Boba Fett, Enemy of the Empire.
mm.
And he has a couple fight scenes with Darth Vader in here. Um, where he holds his own pretty well. Gets the better of Vader a few times, and this is also where we figure out how he survives the Sarlacc pit, and some
Mm.
of this ties in with one of my other series, his survival of the Sarlacc pit and kind of his return from Return of the Return after Return of the Jedi.
Mm.
Um, yeah, this was really great because you know,
Sorry, real quick, Samrock. I wasn't paying attention. What was the question about Darth Maul?
oh,
If Kira from the Crimson Dawn appears in it, from the Solo movie played by Emilia Clarke, if she appears in that show at all, just wondering.
yeah.
But go ahead
Um,
there.
yeah, so this was just, they expanded on a character that I think a lot of people, I wouldn't say resonated with because there wasn't much to resonate with, but, he looked awesome and
Yeah.
people wanted more of him. And I mean, you can see how much Dark Horse gave us of him. Um,
So what I'm hearing is that's the actual book of Boba Fett.
yeah,
Heyo, heyo. That's a
yeah.
joke. That's a joke for the kids out there.
Yeah, and again, Disney, it was all laid out for them.
Red
Oh,
Fever plays. How's it going? What's up, these comic nerds? We are.
oh, cool.
It's okay. I want to. Well, that's we welcome the nerds here. Please and
Yes.
thank you. Thank you for joining us.
I don't
Uh,
I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing that name pop in.
Samrock saying I don't think so, but I don't really remember. I only saw Solo once when it was first released, and I don't recall her being in the show. Yeah, fair enough. Don't think the timeline quite works out,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah.
Because it's the early stages.
Yeah, I don't think she's recruited into the Crimson Dawn until the Solo movie.
Oh, yeah, that you're right.
Because there's like a time skip in that movie, I think. I can't,
Yeah.
I can't remember. But yeah. Uh,
Okay.
so that was your second pick. Was that big old
Yes. Boba
omnibus?
Fett is one of my favorite Star Wars characters. So,
Mm.
if I break it down to one story, I think it's a 4-issue series, and it's called Boba Fett: Enemy of the Empire.
I just saw the Spawn movie after getting a bunch of Spawn comics from a guy. The '90s one. That's ambitious
Oh,
of you. Yeah, that is certainly.
I
I think
loved that. I loved that
yeah,
movie as a kid.
it has some. I don't know if I haven't seen it in a while. Does it still hold up these days? I know
Maybe not so much, but
some of the
you know,
effects are a little
yes.
90s. Yeah, but hey,
And what's
what?
up to Mutant Mansion? Haven't seen him in a while. I
Yeah,
know
what's
he typically has to catch the replay because it's
mm,
pretty late for him right now. But
wow, that's awesome that you guys are joining us.
yeah.
Appreciate it. It's Damrock. I still haven't seen that Spawn movie because I heard it was so bad, but I've
Oh,
watched the
it's
Spawn
not. I
animated
mean,
show.
it's a '90s. It's not bad. See it,
There's
Sam.
worse stuff out there. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Uh, okay, we're gonna go
Mortal
to
Kombat Annihilation,
yeah, there
which
you
I
go.
love, but it's terrible. It's so good, it's bad. So
My
bad, it's
next
good.
Star Wars pick here is they're all talking about the Spawn movie now. I love it. Uh, is not a comic book, but some one of just an anthology series, just Star Wars
Yeah.
Visions. All 3 seasons. Sure, there might be some episodes that are pretty lackluster. Some of them are, not the best. But then I think some of the other episodes of it is some of the best Star Wars content we've gotten in a hot minute. It's so unique, such fresh takes. A lot of folks that really appreciate and know the material. Obviously, I'm an anime nerd, so I had to include this on my list. Um, but the one episode I cannot stress enough for people to go watch is the final episode of season 3, titled Black. And I've said it so many times in our little group chat, and I'll say it again for you guys here. Go watch this episode of Star Wars Visions because it is art. It is art incarnated. Um, it takes place right as the Death Star is blowing up in Return of the Jedi. It is just an abstract, crazy sequence. It's about 8 minutes long. The music that goes throughout the entire piece is phenomenal. And seriously, it's so good. I feel like no one ever talks about it. But that's the final episode of season 3, Visions. But the whole series in general, I love it. I think, yeah, just refreshing, unique takes on the universe. I love anthology series. I love ambiguous storylines where it's just like, here's things happening right now. And you're just like, okay, cool. Some of it gets pretty weird and out there, but also some of it's just beautiful, and you can see where the influence of Star Wars just is just appreciated and cultivated into something unique.
Yeah.
Also has some of the most unique spaceship designs in any.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like there's one episode in season 3 where the space, like the the ship they are on is just, it breaks your brain a little bit. Like it's so cool, it's so intricate, and I'm like, I just want to see this in live action so badly.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some great stuff in this series. Would absolutely recommend. Some great animation, super unique animation, some great lightsaber fights. The Ronin stuff is obviously really awesome. The black and white,
Yeah.
with the red lightsabers, kind of highlighting everything. Again, just it's cinema. But yeah, I would highly recommend, anyone checking out just a couple episodes of it. Just do yourself a favor and just take a little peek see. There's a lot of great stuff out there. But yeah,
And
yeah.
I love like the conspiracy theories that spawned from like the Ronin one. Like
Mm,
I think people were trying to say that that was Mace Windu and he had like survived or something. I don't know. I can't. I something along those lines.
I don't
I don't know if you ever had heard that, but
I don't know if I have, but there's definitely some stuff that's obviously a little more directly connected to the canon,
yeah,
that kind of fits in more naturally, and then some of the stuff you're like, this has nothing to do with anything, but
yeah,
it's awesome.
yeah,
And I think every franchise deserves an anthology series to really just build out the uniqueness that a lot of these franchises can have, because a lot of time you're limited by overarching stories or plot threads, like, like, who cares what happens, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Like, do we need Captain America and everything? Can we just have a Captain America that, takes place in a completely different time or in the future, or like, just give
yeah.
me something unique, give me something different. And the Star Wars Vision delivers on that. And again, it's just beautiful. Some of the episodes are just absolutely gorgeous. Again, final season of season 3, titled Black. Go watch it. You will just appreciate it. I don't care who you are, you will like it. But that was my number 2 pick. Let's see. Red Fever was also saying it looks good till Violator transforms and untransforms.
Yeah.
I just recently realized comics was everything to some series. Yeah, the Spawn series comics, fantastic. There's some really good stuff in there. Yeah, I love Spawn. Love Spawn. I'm curious to know what your third and potentially final pick here is.
Yes.
Unless you have more,
Um,
you can share as much as you want.
I could go on for forever. We can do a part two someday. Yeah. So my final pick, and this is by far my favorite Star Wars. And this is really where my whole world changed.
Mm,
And I realized this was when I realized there was this whole
mm,
expanded universe, and that was the original Thrawn trilogy. So you have Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising, and The Last Command. Um, so in this, you get Boba Fett's return. You get introduced to Mara Jade. Um, Initially, she's kind of like I wouldn't say a bounty hunter, but kind of like a goon for the bad guys.
Mhm.
Actually sets out to kill Luke Skywalker. Eventually, they fall in love.
Mm.
And she becomes a Jedi. I don't know if I said this, but we get introduced to Thrawn.
Yeah.
Um, at one point in the story, Luke turns to the dark side to kind of like get
Mm.
get inside. Palpatine returns.
Mm.
He survived by basically he had made many clones and passes on into his clone. I don't know how to
Yeah.
describe that, but he survives.
Mhm.
Luke turns to the dark side. This is just and they're so they turned this canon and Timothy Zahn rewrote it.
Mm.
And it's pretty close, but my recommendation would be, I guess, the Legends version.
Yep.
These were the first novels I ever had. They do have these in comic form as well, which are fun, and
Mhm.
I would recommend reading the comics, but the novels go way more in depth, obviously because they're bigger and they can. If you can, if you can jump into a novel, do
Mhm.
it. Read the novels. So much fun. This is really when my whole, like I said, when my whole world opened up, and yeah, it ruined me. I can't like I don't like the movies because of this
Yep.
stuff. I mean, it's truly, if you like Star Wars, this stuff is so good. It's so good it'll ruin the movies
Mm.
forever because that I mean the movies can't possibly be as good as all the text that can be put in a book.
Mm.
So if you can differentiate that stuff and kind of separate it, then you're good, but yeah, I can't.
Uh, Red Fever is also saying, I don't know if y'all know, but some Dollar Trees got 125 for a comic reprint per comic. They aren't boarded, but
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty cool Batman ones. Yeah, I've been. I get. Oh, I was at a dollar. Was I at a Dollar Tree today? Why didn't I look?
Oh man, yeah, yeah, those are great. It's such a nostalgic feeling too to like be at a like grocery store or whatever
Mm.
and see comics on a rack. And yeah, I picked those up because some a lot of like they put a lot of number ones, so you're getting
Mhm.
like number ones, and some of these the first printing or whatever might even be like pretty key and expensive to buy individually, and
Mhm.
so they're like facsimiles or whatever, but you're getting great books. Yeah, I definitely love those, and um pick up books from them pretty often.
I gotta go looking because I saw someone in Canada picking some of those up, and I was like, oh, I gotta go
Yeah.
find them. Gotta go take a look.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then I saw Jim said Timothy. Yeah, Timothy Zahn is at SummerCon like every year. And I typically always, yeah, I have so much, all of my stuff from like my original copy of Heir to the Empire from when I was a kid. That's all read a million times and beat up. I had him sign that. I have some action figures signed by him. Um, yeah, I love Timothy Zahn. What he's he's one of the, I would say he would be like on the Mount Rushmore of
mm,
contributors to Star Wars. Easily would be on there.
hell yeah! All right, I'm gonna
Should be
go.
on there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go into my final pick here, which is maybe a bit of an oddball one, and that is Star Wars Republic Commando,
Oh
the original game for. I had it on the Xbox when it came out, and like you kind of said, this was what opened my eyes to this bigger picture of Star Wars.
wow.
Um, And again, I was a wee young lad. I was probably 8 years old when I first played this game, and grew up with the prequel. So obviously, the Clone Wars was like the coolest thing ever to me. And then to see these like special ops, like on like they're just such a cool story as well. Really simple, just like infiltrating droid factories and dismantling them from the inside, and just like little
Yeah,
specialty squads. And like the designs of these troopers are so cool. Like they all are like uniquely colored and have like different variants in their armor and like loadouts and everything. I loved like just the tacticalness of it. And it was like, as a kid, this was everything I wanted from like the Clone Wars kind of era of Star Wars. And super fun game, super like Halo kind of coded.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, man, like this was kind of what really opened my eyes to beyond the movies, if you will.
yeah.
And I should
Oh,
say a lot of the Star Wars games are kind of like that. I mean, Knights of
yeah.
the Old Republic.
Now, well, that's yeah, that's an epic one. I was just regretting not putting The Force Unleashed on
Oh,
mine.
yeah.
Oh, those games were so fun, and that is a character I would love to get
Mhm.
some type of media on, whether it's an animated series or even some Disney Plus live action series.
He
Such a
was
great storyline there. And then I was gonna say the Star Wars game from my childhood would be uh Shadows.
Oh, Shadows of the Empire?
Yes,
Yeah.
with Dash Rendar, who is like
Mhm.
somehow a cooler, more
Mhm.
rebellious version of Han Solo. Oh man,
That's what I was the point I was gonna make too, is just like these Star Wars games, uh, just do such an amazing job of getting people putting them into the universe, right? Like you're not just a bystander watching it all play out. Like you're in it. The Star Wars Fallen Jedi Order games,
yeah,
absolutely love, love,
so
love.
good.
Knights of the Old Republic, man, are just so incredible. And again, it's just like, yeah, they all deserve little bit more attention, a little more,
Yeah,
from not from the fans. The fans, we love it, but from like Disney and Lucas Studio or whatever, you know, whoever the head of it all is nowadays,
yeah.
John Favreau or somebody.
And I'll
But
I'll
like,
say I complain a lot about them like rehashing characters we
mm,
already know about and have seen and stuff. Hold on
mm,
one second.
oh yeah, no,
Uh,
take it, man.
Hold on.
Yeah, yeah, do what you gotta do. Because I will agree, like we deserve a little bit more of these characters to some capacity because they are incredible. I think, and that's something that they probably didn't want to do in something like Visions, because it would have gotten our hopes up way too much. In terms of seeing like if there was a Star Wars Visions with Star Killer in it, that would have been incredible. I'm sure we would have absolutely loved to seen that, but then it would have all got our hopes up that maybe he'd show up in the actual franchise one day. Same thing with the Republic Commando characters, and to every like we just the fans want more of these characters, and like it's cool that we get some Star Wars action figures of them every now and then, but it'd be
Okay.
nice
Sorry.
to actually get some stories with these characters rather than just little plastic guys. That was my point. But yeah, go as you were saying.
Yeah, my son's busting in here. I guess it's time for me to be done soon. Anyways, um, yeah. So, like I was gonna say, for example, I don't mind getting like expanded stories on certain characters. Like, for instance, the Bad Batch.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
cool characters. And I love that we kind of they're not necessarily trying to like push the story forward with them,
yeah.
but kind of giving us closure on a
Mm,
group of characters that we really liked. And so like in the show we kind of get closure on those characters, but recently we've been getting some Bad Batch comic series, which
mm,
I've really enjoyed because it's just like, again, they're not like trying to push the story forward with these guys. They're just kind of giving us some of their adventures and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
like that to me is really fun because who doesn't want to see those guys just wrecking shop? And there's not a lot of like, you don't have to have any kind of investment in it. It's just fun, kind of like going back to the new Mando movie.
I think if they do another Visions-esque series, they just need to double down. Give us a Darth Revan story. Give us a
Ooh.
Star Killer story. Give us Public Commando. Give us some Cal Kestis. Give us just like we don't care anymore, right? Like just
Mhm.
give us more of these characters doing what these characters do so well. Um, let them,
Well, give us the characters we want. Like we
yeah,
don't,
well, exactly.
we
Like
don't need any more Ray. I don't, I
no,
personally, I don't need any more Ray. I,
no.
yeah, give us some of the characters we want. Some of the characters we haven't had a lot of, but our major players, in the Star Wars universe.
Sequential saying if there's no investment in it, then it doesn't matter. So why even support it? I mean,
Sure.
we support it. I mean, from who? I guess from the from the developers or publishers perspective. I don't know, right? Like, I mean, I think Star Wars is a weird phenomenon where it's both like a cult classic, but also like a popular mainstream thing, right? Because there's
Yeah,
just so much of it. Um, I think everyone has a tether to some Star Wars content, regardless of what it is. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's something that people will. Again, like we showed up to this new Mando movie, and neither of us, I think, it was on neither of our radar. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird. It's weird, just like, oh, Dave, Misa, sorry, Misa, lady, okay, Dave. You missed a good one, Dave. Roll it back, start it from the top.
Yeah.
Um, the
It's
Star Wars.
not gonna be good for him because there's no mention of
There's no Jar Jar talk.
yeah.
Sorry, Dave. We should have had you on this episode just to give us that little cameo of Jar Jar.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
Samrock saying the Star Wars games I remember playing as a kid were the Lego Star Wars games, and those
Oh
were
yeah,
awesome,
those were
awesome,
fun. Yes.
awesome games. Me so sad. We're sorry, Dave, but we got your little Jar Jar reference in here now.
Yeah.
Uh, and that was another instance of maybe we could have done more with that. I would have liked to see more of that character to certain capacities. Uh, give us the plot twist.
That's yeah. I'm not in the same boat as you guys on that one, but you know what? That's all right.
I would have liked him to be the Sith Lord behind it all. That's all I'm saying. And I think there could have been.
Yeah.
There could
Yeah,
have
I
been.
know. You and Dave, both of you. Yeah.
We're nutcases a little
You
bit.
guys can go sell that to them because that's totally right up their alley of what they. Yeah.
Uh, make it a Visions episode, please and thank you.
Yeah.
Uh, that's what.
Now
That's
that
what.
would be fun.
Yeah,
Yes. That. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where that's where Star Wars can thrive, and more people need to go watch Star Wars Visions, please and thank you.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, I know you're probably running against the clock here, and we're hitting that hour mark. So, is there anything else you want to touch on before we wrap it up for the day?
Um. No, I don't think so. That was a lot of
Mm.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always fun talking It's always fun loving Star Wars. It's always fun liking Star Wars and
Yeah.
talking about the good things. And there's always there's everyone's a critic.
Yeah.
Everyone's got something negative to say, and you know,
We
and
just hold it to a higher standard. We have higher expectations of
yeah,
it,
yeah,
and they're trying to give us a lot, and there's just it's gonna some of it's gonna fall flat. But
yeah.
if this episode proved anything, it proved that I'm not the biggest Star Wars hater. So
No, by no means. There's when you love something so much, you want to see nothing but success for it, right? And
yeah,
and and for it to thrive and survive and keep doing the good stuff. Which again, it's out there. You just maybe have to look a little bit harder for it.
yeah,
Uh, okay, now I definitely need to watch this episode from the beginning. It's a good one.
it is.
It's got some plot twists in there for sure. Like it's you'll see it. Yeah, go back and watch. You know what? If you're watching this live right now, and once we end, just start it again from the top, because we got an awesome intro. So enjoy that.
Oh man, yeah, that was so good. Great work on that.
Thank you, thank you. All
We're
right, guys.
stepping it up.
Like I said, I got some downtime.
And we got 2 weeks in a row now, so
we're back on track, baby.
yeah.
And I think the plan is to hopefully be back again next week. And
Yeah.
yeah, appreciate everybody stopping by, hanging out, and
Yeah.
spending your Sunday evening with us. We really do.
Yeah,
We
shout out
do.
to the new people too. That's really cool.
Yeah. And subscribe while you're at it. Let's bump those numbers up.
Yes.
All right, but guys, appreciate you all stopping by. We're gonna wrap it up here, and again, I hope everyone has a wonderful week. We'll see you again soon, and see you guys later. Okay.
Yeah.
All
See you
right.
guys.
See you. Bye.